Some thresholds are visible: a doorway, a gate, a bridge between one place and another. Other thresholds are energetic. You feel them before you can explain them. Could be a shift in the atmosphere, a sense that something is opening, a moment where life no longer feels the same as it did yesterday. Most people move through these moments without recognizing them. Mystics have always known better. There are times when energy thins, moments when awareness sharpens, patterns intensify, choices feel amplified. These are portals. It's not a fantasy, it's not an escape. They're energetic thresholds where one frequency ends and another begins. In today's Mystical Minds, we're exploring what energy portals actually are, how to recognize when you're standing in one, and how to work with those thresholds consciously. Because every transformation begins at a doorway. Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Mystical Minds podcast. I'm your host, Allie Thies. I'm the creator of Out of Body Ecstasy, the anytime, anywhere orgasmic experience, with over 40 years as a psychic energy worker and a soul connection specialist. Over the years, I've written about 8 books, with book number 9, I Hope Soulful Connections, scheduled for release in 2026. I've been walking the mystical path since childhood, and now I help others reconnect with their true selves through intuitive readings, soul work, and the safe, sacred space of the Mystical Minds community. This podcast is your invitation to explore the magical, metaphysical, and the wildly mysterious side of life. From energy healing to spirit guides, soulmates to sacred rituals, nothing is off limits here. So grab your tea, light a candle, and let's dive into the mystery together. How are you all doing? I know it's been a while. It's been about a month since I have recorded a Mystical Minds episode. I am in that sandwich generation. I am getting older, and so are my parents. And when one of my sisters cannot help them, then I do. So my sisters were both gone basically for the month of March. So I was stepping in to help with what they usually do. And so that's why I wasn't around. Now, as far as I know, excuse me, I don't expect them to go anywhere anytime soon. So knock on wood, um, more mystical minds will continue uninterrupted. But I am only one person. This is a one chick show, and yeah, I can't be everywhere at all places at once. Would be kind of nice though, if I could. But I hope you all are doing well. I am good. I'm looking forward to moving ahead with portals this April, since we are now April. What is this? April 6th already, which I still find so hard to believe. Less than a month, less than 30 days. I will be 59. That is a WTF if I ever saw one. And it shows because I, I ran into my garage door yesterday with the car, not with my body. Yeah, that was just so unfortunate to happen. Yeah, and that's how life goes sometimes. So, what else has been going on? In case you haven't had a chance to check them out, I do have the telepathic, astral, and dream subliminals at outofbodyecstasy.com. With these subliminals, they are to, hey, 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 really? No. Zena? No. Charlie? I don't know what's going on, but you guys better stop immediately. In case you are listening to me for the first time and don't know this, I have 11 cats and 1 dog, and I do not edit my podcasts ever because life is messy, especially mine. And I don't want to make the appearance that I live in this perfect kind of bubble thing because I most certainly do not, and no, neither does anybody else. So we're having a standoff between Kitten, Charlie, and Xena. Xena Louina, just get back up here. Come on, girl. You Don't need to go beating up the guys. Come on. Now, where was I? Subliminals. Subliminals are to help you achieve the end goal in telepathic astral dream adventures. They don't make you do something that you don't want to do. What subliminals do is they help give you an energetic leg up. So give them a shot. Take a look at them. They're at outofbodyecstasy.com. Now let's move forward to the card of the week. Now, it doesn't matter if you're listening to this episode, well, this week, or, maybe you come across it a few years from now. It doesn't matter. What matters is that this card is for you for the week. Now, I'm using a deck I have not seen in 10 years. Because one of the good things about hitting the garage door with my car yesterday is that we had to move around a bunch of boxes in the garage in order to find the wheels that belong with the garage door. And yeah, it sounds as horrible as it was. But in the midst of finding, I found this box with books I haven't seen in about forever and several decks of oracle cards. So the deck I'm using right now is Wisdom of the House of Night by PC Cast and Colette Baron Reed. And I probably bought these, back in 2014, 2013, somewhere in there. And they've been sitting in a box for 10 years. So it's very nice to see them again. So let's see. What card are we picking for the week? On cards. Get a good one. We have, oh, interesting. Two came up. Oh, and this is perfect because we're talking about thresholds. The two that came out are letting go and risk. So it's about letting go of what we think is supposed to happen and going within the flow of things, stepping through this threshold, following the energetic pattern. And with this letting go, a risk is going to come up and we're supposed to take it. Take the risk. Don't worry about, what's happening afterwards. Of course, you never want to take a risk that hurts anybody, including yourself. But taking a risk with your life, taking a step outside of that comfort zone. So that's this week. Letting go, taking a step outside your comfort zone and taking that risk, whatever that risk looks like for you. All right? Wow. And this letting go card's really nice. It's a hand and it has all these various butterflies flying from the hand. And as we know, butterflies is all about transformation. Letting go, transformation, taking a risk. That is this week. And I think this is the first time I've pulled two cards for this and probably, oh gosh, I was back doing Ask Allie. So it's been quite some time since I've pulled two cards at once. But there we go. And this brings us to the mystical item of the week. And of course, the stone I cannot pronounce, but I do have Apophyllite. You'll see it down below in the show's notes. Apophyllite. And it's a wonderful stone. It's a crystal of clarity, spiritual openings, and higher dimensional awareness, which can help you with the letting go and taking a risk this week. It helps with thresholds. It helps to move through the thin veil that comes when energy shifts from one to another. It supports spiritual insight, doorway and portal meditations, clear energetic perception, higher guidance, and crossing thresholds with awareness. And it's a great stone for gateway work because it helps illuminate what is already ready to be seen. All right. Keep it next to you or on you during meditation, journaling, or whenever you feel that you're standing between one chapter of life and the next. And with these cards pulled, guys, we are standing in between one chapter of life and the next. All right. So, how do you know you're in an energy portal? Most people don't even realize they're in a portal until they're already moving through it. And some of the common signs include the same theme keeps repeating in different areas of your life. Certain numbers or symbols show up repeatedly, Old patterns suddenly feel impossible to continue. Decisions feel more amplified than usual. Your intuition becomes sharper and your dreams become more vivid. A portal often feels like life is asking you to make a choice. Maybe take that risk. One path keeps pulling you forward, another will keep draining your energy. That contrast is information. The first usable step is this: notice what keeps repeating in your life. Portals communicate through repetition, and the repeated thing is usually the doorway. Now, for instance, if I have an idea for a product, a service, a book that continuously goes through my brain over and over again, and I can't shake it, and it shows up at the strangest times, that is a portal trying to communicate with me. Hey, see this out here outside your comfort zone? Take this risk and walk through it. All right? So, what do you do when you feel a threshold opening? Well, when you recognize the threshold, resist the urge to make a rush decision. Portal energy amplifies awareness. It is meant for observation first. Okay? Ask yourself three very practical questions. What is ending? What is beginning? And am I being asked to become? All right? You're going to want to write those answers down. Again, it's what is ending? What is beginning? What am I being asked to become? Thresholds become clearer when language is given to them. That's why journaling, oracle cards, or quiet reflection can be so powerful during these portal weeks. The goal is not instant action, it is clear recognition. Once the doorway is named, then the action becomes a bit easier. Okay? So, what portals commonly open around? Most energetic thresholds open around one of four areas: identity, relationships, purpose, and timing. You may notice thoughts like, I can't keep doing this the old way. I feel pulled towards something new. This version of me no longer fits. That is portal language. Portals are rarely about adding more, they're often about releasing what no longer aligns. The most practical thing you can do is identify what part of my life is asking for transition right now. That answer should tell you where the threshold is. Now, how to work with the portal instead of fighting against it. The most useful thing you can do is align your actions with the threshold. If life is opening around purpose, spend time clarifying direction. If it is opening around relationships, pay attention to energy exchange. If it is opening around identity, notice what roles feel outdated. A portal strengthens through conscious participation. That means noticing patterns, making aligned choices, releasing what feels complete, and taking one clear next step. Not 10 steps, just one. Okay? Threshold work becomes sustainable through small, clear movement. It's kind of like relationships. Relationships are sustainable through small, clear movements, not big, grand gestures. So, some questions to ask yourself this week. What doorway is already open that I've been pretending not to see? Ooh, this could be maybe making a decision, a conversation, maybe you releasing something. Could be a new opportunity is waiting for you to take hold, or maybe a new spiritual practice. Portals rarely appear as giant mystical events. Okay? They show up as a quiet knowing, kind of, what do I want to say? Probing you to stop postponing. Okay? It's recognizing that you need to take that step across, which is one of the reasons why I think the red energy has been so high lately. Um, red energy, it helps to prod people to get going in directions. So the soul work for this week, and you'll find this below in the show's notes, is about crossing the threshold. Okay. Um, it's about recognizing the doorway that's already open in your life. And this will only take about 10, 15 minutes, maybe in a nice quiet space with your journal. And you'll see all the directions about what to do. What threshold am I standing at right now? And then you're going to make a section what is closing, what is opening, and one step through the doorway. And at the end of the week, you're going to reflect back and answer 3 more questions. But going through this as your soul work this week will make things a lot more clearer for you. And in fact, I'm going to be doing it myself. So I hope you join me in doing this. And thresholds rarely announce themselves with certainty. More often, they're just kind of like a quiet knowing, a quiet like little poke in the arm. It's a pattern that keeps repeating, a choice that keeps returning, and a part of your life that is asking to be seen differently. And this week in Mystical Minds, it was about recognizing the doorway that's already open. And not every portal looks mystical. Sometimes it's a conversation you know needs to happen. It could be like shedding an identity that you've outgrown. It could be a persistent pull towards something brand new. The work is not to force the crossing. The work is to acknowledge where life is already inviting movement. And this month, we are exploring portals and gateways, learning how thresholds show up in everyday life and how conscious awareness changes the way we move through them. Next week in Mystical Minds, we're going to step into 1111, 44, and the Stargate codes, exploring how numbers themselves can act as energetic doorways and amplify spiritual awareness. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? And that's a wrap here on this episode of Mystical Minds. I hope it sparks something inside of you, a memory and knowing, maybe a nudge from your soul. And don't forget your soul work for the week. You'll find it under resources for episode. If you loved what we explored today, please don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who needs a little magic in their life. And if you're craving more, join the Mystical Minds group. It's a safe, sacred space to explore everything from energy work to soul connections, intuition, spirit guides, and more. And you can also book a private reading with me anytime over at outofbodyecstasy.com. Until next time, let's stay grounded, stay curious, and remember, endless possibilities, infinite you.